When a family with 2 adults and 3 children bought tickets for an amusement park, they paid a total of $56.50. The next family in line with 4 children and 1 adult paid $49.50. Find the adult and child ticket prices by writing and solving a system of linear equations. So I'm going to let A equal, let's see, ticket prices. So cost of adult ticket. And I'll let C equal cost of child ticket. So the first family bought 2 adult tickets and 3 child tickets. So 2A plus 3C, and they paid $56.50. The second family bought 1 adult ticket plus 4 kid tickets equals $49.50. So I'm going to use elimination to solve this problem because my variables are lined up. I need to multiply this equation times -2 though. So now once I do that, I'll get 2A plus 3C equals $56.50. And then -2A minus 8C equals negative, let's see, $49.50 would be 99. So now when I add these 2 equations together, the 2 A's will eliminate. 3C minus 8C is 5C. 56.50 minus 99 is -42.5. So we'll divide that by 5, and we get that C equals, or this is -5, sorry. Divide by -5. C equals 8.5, so $8.50. Now we have to plug that back in. So I'll plug it into the first equation, second equation right here. So A equals 4 times 850, or sorry, A plus 4 times 850 equals 49.50. A plus, let's see, 850 times 4 is 34. And then we'll subtract 34 from both sides, and we get that A equals 15.50. So an adult ticket costs $15.50, and a child ticket costs $8.50. Solve each equation for the indicated variable. So we want to solve this for x. So let's see, I'll subtract 2 from both sides. So we get y minus 2 equals 3x, divide by 3. We get y minus 2 over 3 equals x. Solve this one for b. So to solve for b, we'll multiply by c on both sides. That'll cancel out dividing by c. So we get b equals a times c. Solve this equation for x. So I notice that I've got fractions on the bottom here. The first thing that I'm going to do is multiply through the entire equation times 2 to get rid of this fraction. So the 2 cancels out with the dividing by 2 there. So we get x minus 2 times -7 is x minus 14 equals 2y over 3. Now I'll take this whole thing and multiply by 3 to cancel out the fraction there. So we get 3x minus 14 times 3 is 42 equals 2y. We're solving for x, so we need to add 42 to both sides. So we get 3x equals 2y plus 42, divide by 3. We get x equals 2/3 y plus 14. 42 divided by 3 is 14. To solve this one for t, first I'll multiply through by 2 to cancel out the 1/2. So we get 2g equals at squared. Then I'll divide by a on both sides. 2g over a equals t squared. And then we'll take the square root of both sides. Remember, when you take the square root of anything, you have to have plus or minus 2g over a equals t. So we could have two different answers here for t. The price of homes in thousands of dollars is associated with the number of square feet in a home. Home prices in Smallville can be modeled with the equation P equals 150 plus 0.041A, where P is the price of the home in thousands of dollars and A is the area of the house. So A is how big the house is, and P is how much the house costs. Home prices in Fancyville can be modeled with this equation. Knock saw a real estate advertisement for a 2,800 square foot home that was selling for $280,000. Which city should she predict that the home is in? Provide mathematical justification for your answer. So let's see. If we use it's this many square feet, we know that that is represented by A. So if the home were in Smallville, then the price would be P equals 150 plus 0.041 times 2,800. If the home were in Fancyville, the cost would be P equals 250 plus 0.981 times 2,800. Let's see which one's closer. So I'm going to do this on my calculator, and I get 0.041 times 2,800, 150 plus so I get that it's 264.8, but that's in thousands of dollars. So that would be like $264,000, 800. In Fancyville, 250 plus 0.91981 times 2,800 is 2,746.8 plus 250, 2,996.8, but that's in thousands of dollars. So this would be $2,996,800. But the house is going for 2,800. That's way closer to this than here in Fancytown. So the house is probably in Smallville. Write an example of two functions that intersect at the point -2, 4. You may use the grid provided if you need to. Provide mathematical justification for your answer. So I need two functions that intersect at that point. There's many different answers you could have for this problem, but I'm going to draw two functions here. So I noticed that negative 2, 4, that this squared equals 4. So I know that a parabola is going to intersect there. So the parent function of a parabola would be at negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 2, 4. So one function would be y equals x squared. Another one, let's see, I'll just say a straight line. So this is the line x equals negative 2. So the two functions y equals x squared and x equals negative 2 intersect right. Oh, this is not a function. So we can't use that. That's my mistake. It's not a function. Remember, functions have to have only one y value for every x value. So instead, we could use a horizontal line. So this horizontal line is the line y equals 4. So my two functions could be y equals 4 and y equals x squared. Write the equation for an absolute value function that is stretched by a factor of 2 and shifted to the right 4 and down 2. So remember, y equals a times the absolute value of x minus h plus k is our general form. We want it to be stretched by 2. We want it to be shifted to the right 4. And we want it to be shifted down 2. So it's going to be y equals 2 times x minus the absolute value of x minus 4 minus 2.